Hello and welcome to the stream. Today we're doing some Pioneer matches just as a practice for the beater skills, and we'll also discuss a little bit of the new previews for the core set 2021. Let's have a look at this first and get it out of the way right away. So last time we discussed the Teferi and all the ones from June 5th. After that we got 3 new cards on June 6th, which was a bad deal, not even gonna touch it. This is mostly commander card, and it's 6 mana. It's not worth discussing this. The one that will be interesting to play with is gonna be Necromantia. This is essentially replacing the Lost Legacy, same converted mana cost, but we can target artifacts as opposed to Lost Legacy. And not only that, but we can also target the lands. So this will hit Lotus Field, this will hit Field of the Dead, and the other problematic lands. Basically we search Graveyard Hand Library for any number of those, exile them, and then the opponent is going to create 2/2 black zombies for the exile cards, for each exiled card. The Primal Might is just a regular give creature +X/+X, and it fights in addition to it. It's fun, but it's the sorcery speed, so it's not really useful that much for us. Fungal Reverse is nice. It returns permanent from graveyard to hand, but it's 3 mana, and I don't see that we're gonna be playing something like that. Massacre Worm is getting reprinted. Lore Skull Collateral is getting reprinted. None of these are really relevant in our deck. Cultivate is getting a reprint. Solemn Simulacrum is getting a reprint. Also not a relevant card for us right now. Although it's an artifact creature, it's at 4 converted mana cost, so even into artifact skills, it's not really gonna fit in there. Maybe, not gonna go ahead of my time. I don't think this was in the regular Pioneer yet, so it's coming into Pioneer rotation if I'm not mistaken. Elder Gargaroth, this is mostly for the Stompy decks, the big huge creature, mono green decks, and so forth. Basri Cat, we have discussed this before. It's going to be interesting to see some white green counters decks. We got a couple of Chandra cards, also not going to even touch the red cards here. For the white cards, there are a couple of interesting ones here. So we have Basri's Acolyte. It's a lifelinker, but when it enters the battlefield, it puts a +1 counter on each of the 2 target creatures we control. And the reason why we're not going to see it, it's a common at 4 mana, which is not that good. Basri's Lieutenant also at 4 mana, but slightly more accessible due to a single white. Has Vigilance and Protection from multicolor, something we've already seen on a Stone Cold Serpent. And when it enters the battlefield, put a +1/+1 counter on the target creature you control. Which fits with our team, I guess. And then when this lieutenant or another creature dies, if it had a +1 counter on it, we create a 2/2 white knight creature with vigilance. Unfortunately, we're not playing for tokens, but it's an interesting card. If Basri Cat is played, I'm sure this can find a place. If there is a mid-range plan, I guess. Basri's Solidarity, though, on the other hand, is something I'm sure Scales decks are gonna see if they're playing white. The reason is it is a sorcery, but it's a 2 mana sorcery that puts a +1 counter on each creature we control. This can play out really nicely if we have a bunch of small creatures like beaters, and we get to put +1 counters on each one of them. With Scales, this multiplies to a lot. What else? The Grasp of Darkness is getting reprinted. Very nice removal for those who are playing in black. And we got several dogs that were spoiled. There is a whale, which at 7 mana is not really gonna see anything. See the Truth is interesting, not in our deck, but overall we're gonna have to play around that if people decide to play with it. Temples are getting reprinted. Yolrail is a new legendary creature, very interesting one, which creates tokens and then pumps them. So probably not gonna see a Pioneer play, but I might be mistaken. At 2 mana, everything is possible. Soul Seer is very nice to have in standard. Angelic Ascension is like a Beast Within, but for 2 mana only, and in white. But it creates a 4/4 as a replacement for a creature, although it also targets Planeswalkers too. Fabled Passage is getting reprinted, the price is dropping pretty quick, as well as Heroic Intervention, which was from Aether Revolt. A lot of goblins that we've seen already, and there is one very strong one which we're gonna see very soon. So there's a goblin sub-theme and also a counter sub-theme. There is this Light of Promise, which enchants a creature, and then when you gain life, put that many counters on this creature, which is the same effect as in Heliod. So I'm gonna guess that Heliod is gonna get a lot of support with this upcoming set, the new Heliod. Meteorite is getting reprinted. Alpine Houndmaster, which grabs the Watchdog and Cur from a library, puts them in your hand, and when it attacks it has additional effect. This is the goblin I was talking about, the very strong goblin that has a combo with the black, don't remember the name of it right now, but there is a black goblin that comes really nicely with this, creating a bunch of copies of goblins and attacking for lethal, which is like infinite damage doing the same step. Conspicuous Scoop. Transmogrify is an interesting card that essentially on turn 4 will allow some decks to bring stuff like Ulamog and so forth. This is essentially the same thing as the what's the name of the Planeswalker, the red Victoria Planeswalker. It's the same, essentially the same ability as its minus Luca. Same thing as its minus, where you exile a creature and then you reveal until you reveal it on a creature and put it on the battlefield directly. Those decks are playing only the large creatures, so as soon as they create a token or something like that from a different card, they can use this and bring Ulamog and other Eldrazi's on the battlefield directly. Fiery Emancipation is also an interesting one. Whenever a source we control would deal damage to a permanent player, it deals triple that damage to the permanent player instead. This is very similar to all the other ones that are doubling damage, except this is tripling damage, and it's pretty expensive, 6 mana. But a lot of commander red burn decks, I can even think the deck that I've enjoyed playing was Firestone and Sunspeaker commander deck, and I ran a lot of these doubling effects because of my burn spells, and I could have burned in a single turn multiple opponents down to lethal damage. And this is essentially even better since it triples the damage and does a lot of it. And that's essentially it for the spoilers. Let's jump into the deck. So from the last time when we were testing this, I have dropped Nissa's last time, and we've kept it at 4 Avatars of Resolute, and I think this is a good idea to start with where we left off. And instead of just jumping from match to match, we're gonna play a match, readjust this a little bit, then play a match again, and so forth. I think what we're gonna drop though here would be Abrupt Decays. With Assassin's Trophy, I don't think Abrupt Decays are that necessary in the deck. And what I was missing last time was more graveyard control, so I am thinking about bringing the Soul Guide Lanterns back. We had them last time when we played with Lurrus, and I decided to drop them since we have no more Lurrus, but I do think that Soul Guide Lantern is useful a lot. There are a lot of graveyard decks running around, and together with Scavenging Oozes, it's going to keep them in check overall. As for the Abrupt Decay, we have Assassin's Trophy, we have Fatal Pushes, we have Ballistas, we have Voracious Hydras. I think it's enough of removal, and if we need to remove enchantments, we have Golgari Charms and Barrier Breaches. In case we need to remove an artifact, we have Assassin's Trophy. So I think it's efficient enough the way we have it right now. This is what we're gonna go with first. We're gonna test Beaters the way we have it right now, and then we jump into Dorks. So let's jump onto a practice game right here. And I think we're gonna have a game right away. Maybe not. So while we wait, let me just remind you that there are a couple of useful links down below. You can find a link. If you click on a picture of Card Hoarder, it will bring you to the Card Hoarder website, and through that link you get a free bot credit if you purchase over $10 worth of cards or tickets for the Magic Online. There is also a link for the Team Aether Hub if you are interested, and link for the quest mode, which allows you to get free subs for your favorite streamers. Alrighty, so let's jump to the game. So we have Hardened Scales, Scavenging Ooze, we got a single beater, we got a Stone Cold Serpent, Azorius, and we actually got 2 Scavenging Oozes. Would be fantastic, except we have a single forest, and we are rolling on the second, so you're on the draw. I will keep this. It looks too good to forgo on it, and we are practicing. I know last time I kept a one-lander was a huge disaster, and I believe there was a League 2, or maybe not. Not really remember right now, but we're seeing a Swamp on turn 1, and it's a Stitcher Supplier. So we're seeing a graveyard deck right here. Glowspore Shaman, Woodland Seminary, Forest. Seems good. So these Scavenging Ooze are gonna come in handy right here. Got another Experiment one. Let's play the Forest, play the Experiment one. Pass the turn. Not playing Hardened Scales here on turn 1, just because opponent is playing Graveyard Focus theme, and highly doubtful that he will have Thoughtseize. He would have already played it if he had it. We're gonna take 1 here. Our Experiment 1 was removed. Got an Avatar of Resolute. It seems like we're not getting a land here. We'll play the other Experiment 1, and we'll pass the turn. Attacking for 1. We'll take the 1. Glowspore Shaman. A bunch of lands and another Fatal Push. Gurmuk Angler on Delved. Alright. We got a land. It's a Swan though, but that's totally fine. We could play Hardened Scales into Stonecold Serpent here. Effectively pumping our Experiment 1, having a blocker for Glowspore Shaman, and we'll take damage from Gurmuk Angler. But I guess it's fine. I'm gonna go for that. This allows us to go for an Avatar on the next turn if we draw a green land. Not gonna attack, just gonna pass through. And if we don't draw a land, we're just gonna play a Scavenging Ooze. We got Assassin's Trophy on the Scales. I think this plays in our favor. Let's grab a Forest. I'm going to combat, not attacking, and passing the turn. We got another land. This is going great. We could play a Scavenging Ooze right now, exile both of these just in case. Or we could play Avatar and Azorius. Avatar coming in as a 5/4. Experiment 1 going to 4. I think it's a good idea. Let's play Avatar first. Grow in the Experiment 1. Play the Azorius. Play the Tomb tapped. And we'll pass here. We have a blocker for Gurmuk Angler. I'm almost sure I'll block it with Avatar if needed. Next turn we play Scavenging Ooze, exile the Glowspore Shaman. And whatever he's gonna get with a Stitcher Supplier, I guess. Nebraska. Yeah, we can get rid of those next turn. At least 2 of them. One is not gonna attack here. Just building an army. We got another forest, which is awesome. Let's play our Scavenger Ooze. Start exiling his creatures first. Getting some life back. Let's get rid of his... yeah, we can get rid of his Vraska, I guess. Right now. And we can pass the turn after this. Not gonna exile Assassin's Trophy yet. There might be a better target to exile on his turn. Fatal Push on his Scavenger Ooze. This will mean that we have to exile the Assassin's Trophy right now to make sure he cannot do any delve tricks or others, but we do get counter on the Ozolith. One not attacking once again. Got an overgrown tomb. I feel like playing the Scavenger Ooze here as well. We will pay 2 life for this. Let's play this Ooze. Let's start exiling our creatures too. First, let's get the Fatal Push. Let's grab the Scavenger Ooze. Let's grab the Experiment one. Do we want to go to combat here? We could attack with the Avatar. We could attack with Experiment 1 too. Let's see. I want the counters on the... I think I want it on a Stone Cold Serpent here. Maybe Experiment. Experiment 1 is going to be, I think. I was thinking to put it on a Stone Cold in case Experiment 1 is going to grow further. To basically allow it to grow further by keeping it at a 4/4. But we don't have skills on the field, so every counter matters. Memorial to Folly. And I believe he's not going to do anything else right now. We got another Ozolith. Which is not great. Start exiling his lands, making sure to keep his graveyard in check. We can attack here with Experiment 1 now. If he decides to block with the Gurmuk Angler, which I doubt. But I'll go to combat and actually swing with both. See how he blocks. We can always use Scavenger Ooze to exile whatever he has blocked with and grow it much bigger. Let's see what his decision is going to be here. Double blocking triple blocking the Experiment 1. And blocking the Avatar. I could actually... I'm able to remove 2 counters here and clear all of them while the Experiment 1 is going to survive. And that's what we're going to do here. Alright, so now we get a couple of triggers. One is Stitcher Supplier is going to put cards in a graveyard. Both Stitcher Suppliers are going to do that. And Ozolith is going to get counters. Now we have a ton of green mana, actually 3 only. And we can actually see if we want to grab anything out of his graveyard, which I think we do. So he's playing Molder Hulk. Massacre Girl. Let's start exiling stuff. Grab the Molder Hulk. And the Massacre Girl. And we'll leave one mana open, I guess. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's not gonna change much in terms of creatures, I guess. But that's fine. We got it. Pretty big Scavenging Ooze. His board is clear. He has 3 cards, which most probably not gonna do anything good for him. Going to the sideboard, of course, we're gonna bring in Soul Guide Lanterns, and considering he has a ton of big creatures too, Fatal Pushes don't do much here. Being on the draw, we'll play with Thought Seizes, and potentially we can include Golgari Charms just to clear the 1/1s and ones with a Glow Spore Shaman that has 1 toughness. We could include Assassin's Trophy for the big creatures, but we have Voracious Hydra, we have Walking Ballistas. Pretty sure we're going to be able to solve those problems. What are we going to take out? So for now we put it in 4. We will drop the 2 Rishkars. I feel like it's not going to be much of help if he removes all of our creatures with a ton of removal that he has, and we will drop 2 Pelt Collectors, I think. 1 Pelt Collector and 1 Avatar. Being on the draw. We're gonna bring these in by taking out Thoughtseize on the next game. Let's go to game 2. Okay, Woodland Cemetery is the only card. Only land. Definitely cannot keep that, even though overall the hand seems very strong, so we're gonna mulligan this one. This is much better in terms of lands. We got the Pot Collector into Widen Constrictor and the Avatar here. Overall this seems very strong here. I want to keep Ballista for the removal, so we're gonna drop the Avatar here. Now we're gonna drop the Stonecold Serpent. Now that I think about it, he has a ton of big creatures we want to get over those, and Avatar is a nice solution for that. Are we on Tomb? And they're tapped. Now we got a Bloomin' Marsh. Bloomin' Marsh is nice. Let's play with Bloomin' Marsh and Pelt Collector, which I hope is not gonna die, but most probably it will, to Fatal Push or something else. Swamp, and opponent passes. Let's play our own Swamp and the Wine Constrictor. Seems like opponent doesn't have responses, so maybe we can get 3 damage through. Maybe not. Interesting. No place on turn 2 either from opponent. I think he breaks on 2 lands. Seems good. Alright, well, let's play one more. I don't think we need to change anything for now. Against the graveyard, we did pretty good. Might have 2 Scavenging Oozes on game 1. We're going first here. 3 lands in hand, 2 Bloomin' Marshes, which is always nice, 2 Wine Constrictors and a Rishkar. Definitely a keep, especially going first. Let's play Bloomin' Marsh into Pelt Collector. Pass the turn, next turn we can hit him for 3. Oh, this is the same guy. So he wants a rematch, why not? Fatal Push? Stitcher Supplier, that's fine. Avatar of the Resolute. We'll play the second Bloomin' Marsh. Play the Wine Constrictor. And attack him for 3. Blocks with a Stitcher Supplier. Let's see what he hits. Assassin's Trophy, Molder Hulk. Fatal Push on a Constrictor. That's okay. I think that's all he's gonna do here. Let's play Llanowar Waste. We'll play... Let's see... I want to play Constrictor here, but next turn we can play both of these. So right now could be Rishkar. Pump the Pel Collector, hopefully he doesn't have Fatal Pushes yet. And we can hit him for 4. No Fatal Push, so seems good. I don't see green swords on his side either. There it is. Glowspore Shaman is fine. And a Fatal Push. Necrotic Wound. Okay, that's gonna do it. Seems decent. Another Rishkar. Let's play the Llanowar Waste. So we'll play the Winding Constrictor here. And I'm debating if I want to play Avatar right now, since it's only gonna enter as a 5/4. But I guess I'll play it, since next turn I can play another Rishkar. And we will get more counters on creatures. And let's go to combat and attack. I'm not afraid to lose Rishkar here, since I have another one. It's a decent trade. Let's pass the turn. Opponent had 4 cards in his hand. We have 7 power on board. Grizzly Salvage. Midnight Reaper, Stitcher Supplier, and Glowspore Shaman, Forest, and Overgrown Tomb. Grabs the Stitcher Supplier. And has Memorial to Folly. Alrighty. Not bad. Pretty good from opponent. Has a blocker for the Wine Constructor, but he's still gonna get 5 damage through. Got a Llanowar Waste. Let's play Rishkar. We'll put the counters on the Avatar and Rishkar, because I know, matter of fact, he wants to kill Constrictor. That's his priority. And we will attack him for 9. He blocks Avatar, which is not a wise choice, since Avatar has Trample. Pulchronus. Okay, that's that makes sense now. Being able to play Pulchronus with Escape, but he doesn't have enough lands yet. He's at 8 life too. Fatal Push. Yeah, Fatal Push is gonna do that. And a Midnight Reaper. Okay. Our turn. We can attack right now. He's gonna probably trade. We hit him for 4. And then we play Wine Constructor. Yeah, I can do that. Or we can just attack with the Rishkar. In which case we don't get the damage through. Let's attack for 4 here. See if he blocks. There is a block. He's going down to 7. Let's play the Constrictor. Pass the turn. So if he has a land, he can play Pulchronus. If he doesn't have a land, he'll play Raska. Okay. You can destroy Rishkar. And he has a land. Our Pulkros needs 6. Never mind. Let's see what we draw. It's definitely gonna be close here. Avatar. Yeah, we can play Avatar right now. Put some pressure on, even if he plays Pulkros next turn. Let's go to combat. Hit him. It's going down to 3. He can get a life, go to 4, but he has to block 2 creatures out of 3 of our creatures. He's tapping a land, and now he's using Raska to sacrifice that land. Just gonna put him back from casting Pulkros. Gurmuk Angler. Yeah, that's definitely nice. Sacrifices the land, goes to 4, draws a card. I believe that's another Gurmuk Angler. Maybe? Yeah, okay. Building defenses. An Assassin's Trophy in addition to it. Wow. Alright, let's grab a land. We can grab a forest. He has a pretty much wall that we cannot go through right now. Just with 2 creatures, and we drew another land. Tough luck. Raska is a strong card. Maybe I should have killed it, maybe. This way he wouldn't have gotten another angler, he would have had only 1. Or maybe he had it before, and he would have just had Assassin's Trophy. No idea. He's going down on lands, which I'm fine to see. He can't attack. And if he does, that's going to be a big mistake. Azorius doesn't really do it. Let's see, this is gonna clear up one of them. He's able to attack, puts us a 3-turn clock. Let's go to the sideboard. I don't really want to play this out since I know we've been bricked enough already, and the only thing that can save us out of this situation is Voracious Hydra, which is a pretty small chance that we draw. Alright, Soul Guide Lantern going in. And that's it for now. Let's drop Rishkars and submit it this way. We really need the Soul Guide Lanterns in the open hand. This way we can make sure that it's well controlled. Yeah, this is gonna be a keep. Even though we don't have a black source, I think this can work out. He's mulliganing down to 6. Keeps the 6. Let's play this into this and pass the turn. Woodland Salmon already tapped. We got another Hardened Scales. It's great if we draw a black source next turn. This is gonna be just huge. If not, we get a huge Voracious Hydra either way. This is fine. Forest, so they're gonna be a Fatal Push. Maybe, maybe not. Yet another Hardened Scales. Let's play that. Alright, let's attack him for 1. Keep heading for that 1 damage. Gotta lure the Fatal Push at the Experiment 1 so that I can play Voracious Hydra. But before we play Voracious Hydra, I want to have Puzzle on the field, which unfortunately we don't have right now. Just bent Ritual of Suit into Graveyard, which is good for us, and Memorial to Folly is the land he plays for the turn. Alrighty, Walking Ballista. Well, even though we're not gonna get bonus from Vine Constrictor, we still get to play Walking Ballista for 1, which is gonna enter as a 4/4 and put 4 counters on the Experiment 1. Still no Fatal Push, so we get to attack for 5, but I guess he does have it. Oh, that's gonna be regenerated. Should have done it before. That's a mistake on his side. Yeah, we'll pass the turn. Fatal Push on the Ballista. That means we're gonna hit him in the face for 4. Alright. And nothing else? Something. Assassin's Trophy. Do we want to draw a land? Not really. Not yet. I'll regenerate it one more time. Can I get the land even though the creature is not destroyed? I think so. So let's get a swamp. I forgot about that. This makes stuff better. That's a bonus. And we got a Woodland Summoner too. So let's play Wine Constrictor. Get a 6/6 Experiment 1. Play Voracious Hydra here too, but I'll play the next turn. I'm gonna attack for 6 here. I think he regret a lot by playing that Fatal Push so late to kill Experiment 1. This essentially opened the road for me to make sure that Experiment 1 is protected twice. Raska kills Wine Constructor. Okay. Not gonna do the same mistake. I think we're gonna play Voracious Hydra here. And fight the Stitcher Supplier. Alrighty. Seems good. He knows this is the end of game for him. Sideboard. We'll play with Thought Seizes again. Drop in one of these and one of these. And that's it. More controlling weight now. Okay. It's an interesting start. Could be really bad. Could be better. Well, let's keep it. We've been on a draw. There is a still chance that we get a swamp on turn 1. Got another Experiment 1. Guess we'll play Bolt Collector here. Pass the turn. And then I have a choice to Thought Seize him or play 2 Experiment 1s. And I think it's wise to play 2 Experiment 1s and then play Avatar into it. Or not an Avatar, play Stoneclaw Serpent into it. Hopefully we draw in the land by that time, then we can play Thought Seize as well. Attack for 1, I'll take it. Come at me. Scavenging Ooze. Alrighty. That seems good. I don't think I want to play right now, he definitely has a removal. So let's stick to the plan. I don't think I want to attack. If I want to kill the Glowspore Shaman, I can just block it. But even then, he has another one. Ugh. That's fine. Puts a Woodland Seminary, so he definitely needs lands right now. So we know the Woodland Seminary is on top of his deck. Voracious Hydra is not what we want to see here. Let's see, we can play Stonecoil Serpent right now for 2, which allows us to play Avatar Resolute, and it's going to be pretty big next turn. And we're not going to attack, just going to pass along. Avatar is going to pump these guys again, unless they're going to get killed. And if we draw a land, we're going to also have Thoughtseize. Vraska. Vraska is fine. Duo -3, it dies next turn due to Stonecoil Serpent, since both Shamans cannot block it. Sure. This works. No attacks, of course. Otherwise he's gonna lose them. Got a Bloomin' Marsh. I think everything plays in our favor right now. So let's go ahead and play the Avatar. This should be a good game right now. Unless I'm missing something. Play the Thoughtseize. Necrotic Wound and Grisly Salvage. We'll get rid of Necrotic Wound here. Gotta get rid of his removal. We'll go to combat. And I definitely want to attack Vraska here. Just with this. Yeah, it has Trample, so it's still gonna die. Alrighty, and now we get to see what he has in the graveyard. Massacre Girl. Nothing really influential. He didn't get Pulchrinus. He has only 2 blockers on the board, 2 cards. We know one of them is a Grisly Salvage that he plays right now. And he bumped down on the Grisly Salvage. He drew a Midnight Reaper though. Oh, that's great. I'm not gonna attack. We got his Scales. And we have to play Scales here. And I think I'm gonna attack with the team here actually. Hoping that he's gonna block. Since I have Scavenging Ooze. I can get a ton of value next turn from the Scavenging Ooze. Okay. Well, this is gonna survive. We get 6 damage through. He gets 3 cards. Which is unavoidable. Let's play the Scooze. It's probably gonna eat a removal spell. But at least we'll have 2 more creatures left after that. So let's see what he drew. He drew a Stitcher Supplier. Swamp. More junk in the graveyard. Very nice. Pulchrinus, okay. That's nice. Very nice. Gurmuk Angler. Got a Llanowar Waste. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. Not really enough to... 1 to 3. If it enters with 3 counters on it, it will pump the Experiment 1, but I'm looking to get rid of the Pulchrinus here. Since next turn he can use its ability to fight my Scavenging Ooze, which I don't want to happen. Instead, we can actually get rid of 4 creatures here in his graveyard. Molder Hulk. Get rid of Midnight Reaper. And get rid of the second Midnight Reaper. Can't really attack yet. Although I could attack with the Avatar of Resolute. Which might be a good choice here, I guess. He's gonna have to block, so might as well attack. I'm gonna go for it. Okay. It's gonna be a trade, plus 1 damage into his face. Fatal Push. That's unfortunate. Okay. Well, can't do anything about that. Very bad. He's gonna attack with a 6/6, of course. No reason not to. Alright. And the draw is a Walking Ballista. 1, 2, 3. Experiment 1 attacking right now. It's gonna get blocked by the Stitcher Supplier, most probably. Although we can get the Voracious Hydra on the field. If we want to fight the Stitcher Supplier, we get 3 damage through. Which I guess is fine. Five damage through, that's right. 5 damage through. More junk in the graveyard. Let's hit him for 5. See if he decides to use it. Which seems like he is. So we're not gonna deal damage this turn. And I could make this smaller while saving my creature. So that's okay. This way Polukranos cannot kill Voracious Hydra next turn. Or Experiment 1. Memorial to Folly to grab the Molder Hulk. Okay. Alrighty. And a Swamp for turn. No attacks. Got a Woodland Summonery. This is not gonna pump the Experiment 1. And it's only gonna enter with 3, which means Polukranos can efficiently remove it. I don't feel like playing it this way. Maybe next turn for 4 or something like that. So I think we have to pass here. And see what happens. very resilient deck, and he got really lucky with his Pelicanus draw here. I'll take the 6. Yeah, not gonna happen. Now the Walking Ballista is in a safe zone, I guess. Assassin's Trophy. Damn lucky. Okay. Alright. Got a swamp. Can't stop drawing lands, I guess. Ballista for 3. Could hit the Pelicanus with the Ballista here, which allows me to hit him directly for 3. Although we're wide open after that, and he's gonna bring Pelicanus from the graveyard. Whereas I can wait to potentially grow Ballista higher and maybe shoot him in the face. I think it's smart to wait here and see that he uses all of his mana here. Since he cannot do both on this turn, use Pelicanus and bring him back. No attacks. Still has this thing here though. We got a Woodland Cemetery. We can pump Ballista twice. And then I guess we just need only one turn. Grabs the Gurmag Angler. That's not gonna help you. Has to use Pelicanus here. I'm not gonna let it get killed. So it's gonna go to 1 here. So that's not good for him. As long as he doesn't draw a removal spell right now, we should have it in the pocket. And he drew a removal spell, of course. I mean, was I surprised? Of course not. Lucky draws. Top deck Fatal Push. Why not? Let's go. Okay, so we're gonna Ballista him down to 2. And we will take 7 here, going down to 1 if he decides to attack with both of them. Alright. Join any creature with power 2 or more. It's not gonna help us, I guess. That's fine. We need another Ballista. If he can draw a Fatal Push, I can draw a Ballista. Gotta be a Ballista. Please be a Ballista. This is magic for you right there. Well, that went well. Alright. Let's play one more. Playing against that deck is fine. It's got filled in already. But we do want to play against something else than graveyard oriented deck. Alright, so we're going first here. 3 lands and opener, Scales, Constrictor, Scavenging Ooze, Voracious Hydra. We'll keep this. Blooming Marsh into Scales. We both keep it 7. I believe this name is familiar, we've played against him before. Pelt Collector. We can play Pelt Collector here, or we can play Wine Constrictor followed by Pelt Collector and Scavenging Ooze. Oops. Although this might get removed though. We'll see. Spectral Sailor. So he's playing Spirits probably? Yeah, it seems like it. Supreme Phantom, okay. All good. We can kill this next turn actually. Since we can play Voracious Hydra for 1. I'm just gonna enter with 3 counters. And I think that's the best way to start off here. Let's kill that. Attack him for 2. Return the favor. Alright. Curious Obsession. Okay. So I definitely feel like playing Avatar next, since we're gonna be able to block his flyers with the reach. We're gonna have to take that. It's gonna draw another Lord. Probably. Or even worse, Nebelgast Herald. That unfortunately shuts us down even more. We got an Experiment one, which I don't think I want right now. I want the Pelt Collector. Can't play both of these though. Was hoping for a green land. Can't get the green land, so we'll take one more hit from the Sailor. It's gonna get a card. I think we can get ahead of him here though. As we can attack him here for 5. Probably has the Rattle Chains in his hand. But it makes no sense for him to block these two. So you'll have to take 5 here. Down to 11. Rattle chains. Alright, so we're taking 4 next turn down to 10, at least 4. If he has a Lord, that's gonna be more. Empyrean Eagle. Okay, at least we're not gonna face the Spout Queller. We'll take 6. We will be able to attack for a lot next turn too. And have a blocker against flyers. Overgrown Tomb is actually very nice. Definitely go down to 6. Play the Scavenging Ooze first. Pump both of these. And both of them are going to be able to attack 5 in this turn. Since we're going to pump them again. Not 5, 7. 7 each. Since we will pump them again with the Avatar. Which is going to be pretty big. 8, 7. Reach blocker. And we can attack him with all of our guys since they cannot block flyers anyways. We got it. Sideboarding. What's the plan for sideboarding? Well, we can bring Golgari Charms, although this is only going to hit before the Lords hit. So that's not the best solution. Fatal Push is nice. Thoughtseize is nice on the draw. And I think that's it. Rishkor doesn't help. Avatar definitely stays. Scavenging Ooze could be helpful with a life gain. So I might want to keep that. And we could drop 1 Pelt Collector, or actually 2 Experiment ones. Pelt Collector is nice with the trample on it. And this is what we're going to go with. Okay, we got 3 lands. Ballista, Pelt Collectors, and an Ozolite. Being on a draw, it's a decent hand to keep. Port Town, he has a island in hand. Mausoleum Wanderer, going aggressive here. Isn't that nice? Got a Scavenging Ooze. Things are getting a little bit better. Let's play Bloom and Marsh into Pelt Collector. Pass the turn. Next turn we can play Pelt Collector and Ozolite. Selfless Spirit. Sure thing. Taken 2. Swamp for turn. Could attack here, seeing if he wants to trade, which I doubt he will. So might as well just attack. No trade, of course. We get 1 damage through. Play the Ozolite, play the Pelt Collector. Potentially playing Scavenging Ooze next turn. Slightly pumping them, but every bit matters. Pass the turn. Another Port Town. Deputy Detention is definitely a shutdown for us. Grabbing both of the Pelt Collectors. And we take 3 here as well. Hmm. Well, the draw would be nice if we had pelt collectors, but I guess now what we're looking for would be Scales and Voracious Hydra. Or Fatal Push. That would also work. Taking 6. This is most surely lethal next turn. Yet another avatar. Well, at least it's a blocker. And we have to pass the turn here. Or we could attack. I don't really see a reason for that. Another Empyrean Eagle. Well, that's definitely a game, even if I block. Yeah. And I have to block that. Which is gonna be a trade here. Can get a little bit of life, which is highly irrelevant right now. Bringing Ballista for 2 doesn't really do anything here. Well, I don't think there is a way for us to get out of this. I'm gonna be at 4. We have to block 3 creatures in the air. Don't think that's gonna be happening. I think he has this one either way. Let's see what else can we grab here. Assassin's Trophies, just to get more removal on the board. Scavenging Ooze is nice, but getting only 1 life, it's not gonna matter much. Let's try it this way with the Assassin's Trophies. I think that should resolve the issue a little bit. Especially going first. Not with this hand, I think. Though having 5 lands in an opener means that you're gonna have less chance of drawing one. But only 1 creature, not really any answers. Well, this is All-Star hand actually. Got Pelt Collector, Stonecold Serpent, Thoughtseize, and Assassin's Trophy. Definitely a keep. Question becomes, what do we put on the bottom? Which I think in this case is gonna be Lenovo's. Play a Forest, Pelt Collector. Make him think that we're going the regular way of playing Pelt Collector into more threats. Port Town has an island. Mausoleum Wanderer. Got a Bloomin' Marsh. Could play a Stone Cool here. Gonna attack them for 2. Trying to get a little bit of damage through. Playing Thoughtseize doesn't really matter here. He can counter it with Mausoleum Wanderer, although not really because we can play still 1. But that's gonna be Thoughtseize for 2 mana. That's a second Mausoleum Wanderer. Curious Obsession. That's gonna be difficult to deal with. Oh. Don't want to block here. Let's see. This is gonna ask us to pay 2 more. This is gonna ask us to pay 1 more. Can't play Assassin's Trophy here. I will play Thoughtseize now though. See if he decides to use his Mausoleum Wanderer. Doesn't decide to use it. There's a Azorius Charm, Rattle Chains, Nebulgast Herald, and Spectral Sailor. Grab this. Let's play Scales. Go to combat. Attack for 4. Taking 3 only. I'm afraid he might have drawn Spell Queller there, thus keeping 3 lands open. Or it's just Rattle Chains and the... I guess we'll see. Rattle Chains. That was expected. Alright. Go to combat. Attack for 2. Pass the turn. Replace the Spectral Sailor. This is gonna get pumped. So unfortunately I think we have to block this. It's not going well. Not keeping 4 lands open is even worse, because he definitely has the Spell Queller and drew another land. Not keeping that many lands, plus throwing more lands. It's not great. Not great at all. Alright, let's move on to Dorks for a little bit. Do we want any changes here? I think so. We want the Soul Guide Lanterns in here. And we will be dropping the fatal pushes. I think. We'll just go this way. Let's go to Dorks. Alright. Let's play this guy. Let's see how Dorks do. So, with the leaders it's been tough. We've seen a lot of aggro decks, which is a very tough play for us. And we didn't have great hands either way. No lands. Interesting start. Slightly better, not fantastic. Guess this is just okay. And keep this. Drop one of these in the bottom. Hopefully we draw a black land soon. Gonna be turn 1 Azorius. Ornithopter. Alright. It's that deck. Okay. That's fun. Hopefully we're gonna be able to Voracious Hydra before it gets even bigger. Which I doubt. Second Plains. And all that glitters. Wow. That will hurt. Turn 2, and he puts us on a 4-turn clock. It's a lucky draw. Now that's gonna be a Llanowar Waste, Winding Constrictor, and unfortunately I think we just have to pray for a miracle. We don't have fatal pushes in the main board. Don't have pretty much nothing that can deal with it before it gets out of hand. Let's just go to sideboard. This is coming in, basically Thought Seizes and Fatal Pushes. We'll grab the Barrier Breaches, Assassin's Trophies, and that's it. We'll drop one more Hangback Walker, 2 Voracious Hydras, we'll drop Misses, one Evil Leap, and one Vivian. And let's go to combat. Let's see how that works. I gotta be more responsive, even in being first in the play here. That was tough. Ornithopter turn 1. Enchantments. Yeah, we can try this. If I had the Fatal Push last game, that would be game. Because he was leaving no mana to protect them whatsoever. Karn's Bastion is not really good here right now, since I want another color to play both Wine Constrictor and... oh, never mind. We have Elish Mystic on the board. Right, Ornithopter turn 1 again. We got a Voracious Hydra. I don't want to play it yet though. Play Wine Play Elvish Mystic. Pass the turn. We can make a 1, 2, 3, 4 counters on Voracious Hydra next turn. It all depends what he's gonna play right now in that Ornithopter. Ensoul Artifact. 5/5 is too big for the Voracious Hydra. Slightly too big. I'm guessing we tried to erase him, and next turn we can play Vivian to potentially kill it. If we get to double the counters on Voracious Hydra. By having a 9/10 Voracious Hydra, he's on a 2-turn clock here. Well, 3-turn including this one. Pretty much same as us. Except I get to finish him faster. And as long as he doesn't get over 9, should be able to kill him with Vivian. Lifelink is gonna save him for a little bit. Okay. He got a land. Ornithop. That's not a land. Alright. We got a Barrier Breach though. Might be better to play Barrier Breach here. Just exile both enchantments. His turn, of course. Maybe his turn. And we play Vivian here. No, we cannot play both. Let's go to combat. I'll attack with everything. Hopefully put him on a two-turn clock. Passing the turn in hopes that he's gonna play another enchantment on an Ornithopter. Ethereal Armor is fine. And he's greedy to play a Curious Obsession on top of it too. Since we can only remove 3. We'll get rid of this. Get rid of this. And probably just this. Okay. This way we're not taking a lot of damage, he's not getting life back, and we have lethal next turn. For sure. So he got greedy, he didn't need that Curious Obsession on it. It's a tap land, so I think he's done here, since we have lethal on the board. Yep. Sideboard. There is no reason to switch this out. I like it the way it is. One kill spell essentially deals with his deck since I didn't see any protection whatsoever there. I'm hoping the next game is gonna go the same way. He's very reckless though. Two Rishkars is not great. I thought I sideboarded them out. I guess not. That's weird. Well, that's a mulligan. That's great. Drop one of the tombs on the bottom. Hopefully we draw into Llanowar Elves. Let's see, Ornithopter, turn 1. Keeps 7 though. Takes... Oh, Elephant tapped. Ornithopter, of course, why not? Not even surprised. Voracious Hydra. We'll play the Tomb tapped, pass the turn. Hopefully this Barrier Breach is not too late. Staggering inside. Another forest. Play the Ballista here. We can up it later on with Vivian if needed. Pass the turn. So I guess the biggest problem here is that he's getting life out of his Staggering Insight. All the glitters. And one more enchantment, Curious Obsession. So he draws 2 cards out of that. And that's gonna hurt 6. That's a 12 damage swing, essentially. Okay, draws 2 cards. It's not yet all lost. Got a Winding Constructor. Kind of late. I think I want to cast it right now, even if I didn't see any of the protect spells. I would suspect that he would have them. And if he does, I really don't want to get hurt by getting my Barrier Breach completely nullified. Although, even the protect spells, they only protect the creature. The Barrier Breach gets around that, but that's okay. We got rid of 3 of the very scary enchantments there, so... Alright, so that's gonna be Ghost Fire Blade. Alright. Take the 2. Siren Storm Tamer is nice. We can kill it with a Walking Ballista if we need to. Alright, let's see here. Voracious Hydra? Not yet. Vivian. If we play Vivian, it's gonna lose its ability to -3, which I don't want. So we'll just play Widen Constrictor. And could attack with a Walking Ballista here, even if he wants to trade. He doesn't put anything on the Ornithopter. Never mind. Never mind. Attacks just with the Ornithopter. Okay. Taking 3 here down to 8. Doesn't play anything else. Got a Harden Scales. Also kinda late. Not enough to kill this. Although, not really, because I have to kill Storm Tamer too. Let's play Harden Scales. Try to play Voracious Hydra. And double the counters. Go to combat and attack for 3. And we'll pass turn. As long as the Ornithopter is not gonna go over 10, we should be able to kill it with Vivian next turn. Unless he has another Storm Tamer there. Yeah, that's gonna resolve. It's 5 damage. Should have been attacking with a Storm Tamer all these turns though. Let's kill the Storm Tamer now. Okay. Taking 5 down to 3. I guess to draw a card though. Hopefully it's not another Storm Tamer. That would mean we cannot use Vivian to kill Ornithopter. Banish and like, well, that's gonna deal with the Hydra. Yeah. I guess I need Assassin's Trophy here. Just to survive. And a Storm Tamer too. Oops. Can't survive this. Poor Leno Elves. Well, this doesn't play out in our favor. The cards let us down a little bit. It is what it is though. Well, that was good. I guess Ornithopter is the meta now. Let's play another one. Let me see what the MTG Goldfish has right now for the current meta in Pioneer. I haven't looked at it since last week. The murder is still at 21%. That's not accurate. Let's look at the last preliminary event. There's a Devotion, Inverter, a couple of Spirits in Band. Got 4 colors, Esper Control, Mono Black, Gruel, and Burn. I don't think anything changed that much in the Pioneer meta there. Oh my, well, that's gonna be a mulligan, can't keep that. That's an interesting hand. One too many dorks, I guess. That's gonna be a keep, and I'll place one of the land or elves down at the bottom. Play the Mystic and pass the turn. Next turn we get to play Elves and Hardened Skills, even if we don't draw the land. Could be mono green here. Walking Ballista. Could play Walking Ballista here. Although I like the Walking Ballista to enter next turn with many more counters. Steel Leaf Champion. So he's playing Elves. A lot of people are playing Elves for some reason. Way too many people. Winded Constrictor. Don't have a black source for that. I'll play Hardened Skills here though. And the Walking Ballista. Next turn we can play Voracious Hydra. Maybe. If we get another land we can kill Steel Leaf Champion. Let's get rid of that. Pass the turn. Elvish Clancaller, which is most probably gonna die. And that's the only thing he's gonna play. Well, that's dead. No blocks. Our turn, we got a land. We could pump the Ballista here, or we could play Winding Constrictor, which will make sure the Voracious Hydra beats that next turn. We can go to combat and attack him for 3 here. We'll take a lot of damage next turn, but I think I'm okay with that for now. As long as he doesn't have another Clan Caller, we should be fine. Take the 5 here. And even if he decides to play something that's gonna lure my Ballista to get another Steel Leaf Champion. Okay. And another Winding Constrictor. Well, we gotta do something about this party right now. 2, 3, 4, 5 counters on the Voracious Hydra. Safe enough to kill him. And be a blocker for the next one. Get rid of this. Go to combat. Attack for 3. Pass the turn. Not seeing black here, so maybe he doesn't play Shamans here. Beast Whisper, okay. Well, Beast Whisper is gonna die next turn by Ballista. We should have him in lock now. second Wine Constrictor. It's got a counter on the Walking Ballista. Kill the Beast Whisperer. And on that note, we're gonna pass the turn here. Not gonna attack. Next turn we can even kill the Steel Leaf Champion with Walking Ballista too. Growth Chamber Guardian, which he's gonna adapt. Okay, that's fine. Get yourself another one. We grabbed another one from his library. He's definitely not gonna attack here. Got a Karn's Bastion, which is even better since we can proliferate both of these. Maybe I'm doing a mistake by not playing these, maybe I should play them. But I think at this point, it just feels more comfortable passing here. And the only thing he can get on the board is going to be Growth Chamber Guardians. There's also another card in his hand, which I think is a Forest. Might be wrong. He doesn't pay for another Adapt, which I don't really agree with. He should have. Got another Walking Ballista. I guess now is the time to play the Wine Constrictor. Into a Walking Ballista. Gigantic Walking Ballistas here. I should be able to just attack with a Hydra here, I guess. But we're just gonna pass. If he decides to adapt the Growth Chamber Guardian, we'll kill it with Ballista before the counters go around. Which one should we use? Effectively blocking this, but we have a blocker for that. This has a blocker. Let's kill that. That dies. Less creatures that we're gonna see. We should be having this in the pocket by proliferating multiple times with the Karn's Bastion. That's why Karn's Bastion is so good, because when you get to this point, it essentially gets you out of this stupid lock where you cannot attack because you're too low. Okay. Fatal Pushes definitely have to come in, and I want to bring in the Hangabug Walker. Maybe not. Assassin's Trophy for sure. Misses don't really do much here. Like, I'm disliking misses a lot. Just because it creates a plan that cannot block the Steel Leaf Champion. And if he has Trample, it's also irrelevant. Okay, let's play this way, let's try it out. In this game I want brush cards, and those are gonna do a lot of work here. Just a heads up, this is gonna be the last game for today. And by midnight, I already started uploading the YouTube videos of all the previous streams. So there's going to be more than 10 videos uploaded at once for the past month. And hopefully they all get processed by tomorrow. So we have Walking Ballista, Azorius, Vivian. It's an interesting hand. I do like Evolutionary Leap and Azorius here, so we'll keep this. As we see him mulliganing down to 6. No Dork on turn 1. We got a Voracious Hydra too. Plenty of removal. Let's play the Azorius. Pass the turn. Thorn Lieutenant. Let's play the second Forest and the Walking Ballista. Since we can play Rishkar next turn and put the counters on the Walking Ballista, the counter. So it's only going to be 2 counters. Elvish Clan Caller, so you're going to take 3 here. But we can remove this next turn. Alright. Got a Hardened Skills. Hardened Skills. Changes everything a little bit, I guess. Though we'll be taking a lot of damage next turn. Don't want to get too low. This effectively creates a pretty good 4/4 blocker, altogether with a pretty big ballista too. So I guess we gotta play it this way. Not gonna complain, hard skills is pretty good. Second Elvish Clan Crawler. Take 6, down to 11. We'll be able to kill one of them next turn though. Another Walking Ballista. Which seems great. Meaning that I can put in counters on both of these with Rishkar later on. But unfortunately I have to set up blocks, otherwise we're not gonna get anywhere at all. No attacks, past the turn. See what he plays next. Based on that we're gonna remove one of the clan colors. Steel Leaf Champion is fine. See his attacks, if he's gonna attack here. Which I don't think he will. Don't really care about it using the ballista right now, actually. Castle Garenbrick is great. That means we can play Vivian now. Or use Hydra. I want to use Vivian. Okay. And get rid of both of those. Let's pass the turn. See what his play is gonna be here. Another land. Beast Whisperer. That deserves to be killed. Let's see if he goes to combat. He's debating. And that's a mistake. That's also a mistake. Let's see. Ballista going to 1. We can let Vivian take 2 damage there. It's totally fine. Yeah, that's okay. Maybe I'm going down to 3, but we still get to put more counters on these creatures, and he's done after that. After that, we should have him. Especially if we play Ballista right now. Use the castle, but I don't really want to right now. Just play Ballista for 1. Use Vivian. Put some more counters on these. Play this thing. And we got it. Just essentially outvalued his deck right there. Oh, what can I say as a conclusion? Well, Beatrice was nice until it lasted. I guess we just had very unlucky hands there. The Dorks is actually feeling much better now that we have Azorius and we're playing with Evolutionary Leap. It's definitely not a bad deck. I do like how it performs. Tomorrow we will be doing a league, and initially I was gonna do it with the Beerus again, but now looking at the whole picture, I think we're gonna do it with the Dorks. At least try to do it with the Dorks, maybe. Hopefully we don't see that many combo decks and so forth. Control decks, definitely don't want to see that. Maybe we're gonna get at least a couple of wins with the Dorks. Maybe? I don't know. I don't feel like the Dorks list is ready yet. There's a bunch of stuff that I want to adjust here, for sure. Maybe we will go with the Beaters. Well, I guess it's going to be a surprise for tomorrow. We're going to decide tomorrow on the go. Or I would rather decide before we start the stream, not to waste the time. And I'll have a whole day to think about it. So once again, there will be YouTube videos uploaded, a bunch of them, probably 10 or more. I don't remember exactly right now how many. And they should be processed by tomorrow. So if you're interested at looking at the 5-0 league that we had a couple of weeks ago and other leagues that we played so far, you will be able to very soon. The YouTube channel link should be down there below as well. Thank you everyone who was watching this stream, and I hope to see you all tomorrow. Take care.